What's up, guys? I got a question today from a high school middle infielder, and his question was, what do I do, or how can I get better at getting jumps to balls and reading balls off the bat better? So, there's a couple of things you can do to get better at this. The first thing you want to do, and it doesn't even involve any athletic ability or anything like that, it's just our stance, our ready position. You've got a ready position or a stance at the plate, you've got the same thing in the field. Biggest thing is you want to be athletic. Whether you're playing the outfield, the middle infield, the corner infield, it doesn't matter. You got to be athletic. So, the first thing you want to do is, for an athletic stance, your feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You're not bent down too far, but you've got good bend in your knees. The best way to think about it is, think you're playing defense in basketball, or you're a tailback in football and you're back in the backfield. That's kind of the way you want to look when you're playing defense and you're getting ready. I've been to a lot of fields and I've seen a lot of games, especially younger guys, and the problem that I see with younger guys, especially middle infielders, is they're down on the ground already. They've got their gloves wide open in front and they're already down on the ground. Now the problem with this is, if you think about the game of baseball, the field is huge and we're little compared to the field. And not many balls are hit at us so that we can just stay there and they go into our glove. Most of the game of baseball defensively is about moving. You've got to move either to your left, to your right, backwards, forwards. You're going to go somewhere. Rarely are balls hit right to us. Every now and then they happen, but not that much. So, the biggest thing is, don't be down ready to field a ground ball before the ball's even hit. I see this a lot. I see a lot of coaches with the gloves out like this in a ready position. The problem with that is, if we're going to make a quick move, and when we get older, balls are hit a lot harder than when we're younger, and we've got to be quick. We've got to make a decision quick and break, or else the ball's through the infield. So the biggest thing with this is, if you think about it, go watch a track star or a football game or anything. You know, you watch track on TV in the 100-meter dash with Usain Bolt, the world's fastest man. He's not running down the track like this with one arm out in front of him, sprinting down the track. It's slow. You need to pump your arms. You need to use both arms equally. So why put our gloves like this is that if once a ball is hit, we're going to have to come back in here and make a move. Or I've seen coaches that want their players to run after balls like this. Always keep your glove open. That's the same thing as Usain Bolt. You're not going to run after balls like this. You've got to use your arms. That's how you're going to be quick. So what I like to teach guys, and what I do in the infield, is we're in a good athletic position like we're playing defense, and our hands are always somewhere in here. This is going to be the quickest way to, when the ball is hit, we got to go to our left, boom, we go to our left. We got to go to our right, boom, we go to our right. We don't have to bring the glove in and then make a move. So that's the big thing first off, is the way your body is, the way your glove is, the way your feet are. It all adds up to being quicker or slower. So, after we have that done, now we have to go to ball flight. The first thing you want to do is, in pregame, or I should say when the pitcher is warming up and he has his 5 or 6 pitches, you want to take a second to just get into rhythm with your pitcher. And when you get later into the year, you'll realize how fast or slow his windup is, and you won't have to do this. But if you've never seen him play before, take a second and see his windup. Is he a guy that takes a real long time and is really deliberate to the plate, or is he one of the guys that goes quick, boom, gets the ball there fast? Because how you're getting ready is going to be dependent upon how fast or slow that guy is on the mound. If he's faster, we've got to get ready faster. If he's slower, we don't want to get ready too soon to where, boom, we're flat-footed, the ball hasn't even crossed the plate yet. The biggest thing about getting good jumps is that we need to be on our toes and bouncing and ready to go as the ball's crossing the hitting zone. We can't be there early, because then we're flat-footed and we're not going to be as quick. We can't be there late to where the ball's already crossed the plate and is being hit, and now we're just getting onto our toes, the ball's hit, and we're still this high off the ground. And then we come down and then we make a move, it's too late. So we need to be perfect timing. We need to get in sync with the pitcher so that we're bouncing and we're on the balls of our feet as the ball is just crossing the hitting zone to where it's going to be hit. Those are the two biggest things. Another way that you can make it easier on yourself with judging balls coming into the hitting zone so you're ready on time is track the ball. Don't just stand there and stare into the hitting zone. The longer I stare into the hitting zone, things are going to surprise me. All of a sudden, the ball's coming, the bat's coming. There's too much going on, and you're gonna freeze or you're gonna jump. You're gonna be surprised by the action. So what I like to teach is you have a soft focus. You watch the pitcher as he's getting going. You kind of get ready. Here comes the ball. You track it into the hitting zone, and that's when you're gonna just start to bounce, and you work on your timing depending on how fast or slow he pitches and how fast or slow his actions are, so that when the ball's crossing, we're on our toes. This is very similar to hitting. If we were hitting, we wouldn't just stare at the release point and just stare there for 30 seconds until the ball came out. It would surprise us. We'd never swing. So it's the same type of thing. You don't want to stare into the hitting zone because you'll get surprised. Oh, there goes my computer. You want to be soft focus, track the ball, boom, there's the action. We're already on our toes as the ball's crossing the zone, and we can make a move. The third thing, and this is probably not even as important as everything else. This is just athletically making our move. We want to stay low. A lot of guys you'll see, their first move will be to stand up. And once we stand up, now we're out of our athletic position to run. Now we got to get back down. You want to stay down here. Think about keeping everything even. Your head shouldn't be up and down, bouncing. Here we are, we're watching. The ball's hit, bang. We make our move, and we stay on that level. Whether we go left or we go right, our eyes stay level. We want to reduce the bouncing. You've always heard of outfielders wanting to run on their toes so that their head doesn't bounce. It's the same type of deal for the infielders because, first of all, the ball is bouncing, so if we're bouncing and the ball is bouncing, that's a lot of bouncing. Our eyes aren't going to be able to focus in on what we need to do. But secondly, if our head is bouncing up and down and we're coming out of that position, we're not as athletic and we're not going to be quick laterally. It's going to slow us down. Balls are going to get through the infield. So those are the three things I'd work on if I were you to improve your not only lateral quickness, but picking up the ball, realizing where it's going quickly, and making a move to it. It's going to help you in the infield. In the outfield, it's the same thing. It's a little less, you can be a little more relaxed in the outfield, but movements are pretty much the same. No matter what position you're playing, like I said, if you're a corner guy, yeah, you can get a little bit lower because your move is pretty much a step and a dive everywhere. Sometimes you'll range a little bit, but balls are going to get, they don't call it the hot corner for nothing. Balls are going to get on you a little bit quicker. So if you want, you can be down a little bit further. But in general, you don't want to get down too far. You want to be in that good athletic position. Thanks for your question. Keep sending them in. And guys, work on this. I know it'll make you a better fielder. Thanks again.